Hi, I'm Allison Winters, and today I'll be talking to you about communications management for our PM 692 course. Communications management is the essential element of project management. Without a good communications management system, any processes involved in the development of a project can be negatively impacted, and a higher risk for project failure can occur. What is communications management, and how does it apply to project management? Communications management provides the vital project integrity required to provide a link for information among all members of the project team. Communications management data must flow up, down, and laterally within the organization, key stakeholders, and project team involved. In project management, communication is essential, so it's important to have a solid communication management plan in place when managing a project. What are some of the variables to consider when communicating with a project team? One key variable to consider is the learning style of fellow project team members. Not everyone learns the same way, and as project manager, it's important to ensure that you're communicating effectively with all team members to maximize project success. Another key variable would be to ensure that communication is clear and consistent. Clear and consistent communication is essential to having a cohesive team. What are best methods to run a team meeting? In my experience, the best methods to run a team meeting include having an agenda or pre-planned topic of conversation, allowing for open communication, and including everyone in the meeting. Having an agenda or pre-planned topic keeps the meeting productive and helps the team move forward. Open communication allows for an easygoing dynamic within the team, and including everyone will ensure that everyone's feeling heard and getting any input, questions, or feedback that they have considered and addressed. What's a communication blocker, and how would a communication blocker lead to a non-optimal outcome on a project? A communication blocker is a phrase or comment that causes confusion or hinders communication among project team members in some way. Certain phrases or comments could cause confusion with other cultures, lead to disagreements between team members, or open the door for negativity within the group. Noisy surroundings, hostility, language, and culture can all be considered communication blockers. Anytime that there's miscommunication or negativity within a project team, it's going to add risk to the success of the project and can ultimately lead to a non-optimal project result. What's the best method to communicate with a project team? I believe the interactive communication is the best way to communicate with a project team because it's reciprocal and allows for input and feedback from everyone. Communication within a project team needs to be consistent and ongoing between all team members, and interactive communication allows for that through things like meetings, phone calls, or text messages. What's the best way to discuss issues on the project team? I think the best way to discuss issues on a project team is to simply have a conversation and collaborate on a solution. As I've mentioned in Module 1, my go-to methods when discussing issues are compromising and problem solving. I like these methods because they give all parties the opportunity to discuss the issue at hand and voice concerns and opinions. It's important to keep a smooth dynamic with people you're working with, so I think giving everyone an opportunity to be heard is a way to ensure that everyone feels accommodated and can also lead to an easier time resolving issues. As PM, how do you determine the best method to praise or discipline team members? As PM, creating a recognition and reward system is one of the most effective ways a project manager can motivate and gain continued cooperation within a project team. The recognition and reward system should reflect differently for individual needs within the team, but can include anything from saying thank you more often to potentially awarding prizes, raises, days off, etc. As far as disciplining team members, it's best to do that in private. Disciplinarian measures would vary by way of severity, but could also include things such as asking if you're clear enough, offering to coach or help, or simply having a conversation and trying to see things from their point of view. Communication management may be challenging at times, but it's a critical part of project management. Having a solid communication system in place is going to help not only solidify a positive and creative team, but it's also going to further ensure project success.